right, good morning, everyone. We're going to go and get things started. We would like to welcome Matt and Alex Fitzpatrick to the Zurich Classic New Orleans Media Center. First of all, Matt, congratulations on win last week at RBC Heritage. We'll just start off with some opening comments about less than 48 hours turnaround, but capturing that second win.
Yeah, it was just a bit of a whirlwind, as it always is when you win. Yeah, I was obviously delighted with last week. It was a very, very special win for me, and just felt that my game was it improved pretty quickly from Augusta to Harbour Town. I saw some real positive things, and obviously it ended with a win. So yeah, it was a special one.
Alex, how were you following along Matt's round Sunday?
I was on a flight from North Carolina to New Orleans, and he made me pay $16 to watch that final round and the playoff. So yeah, it was really cool. I wish I would have been there, with the rest of the family, but the outcome was still what we wanted. So yeah, he did great, and I'm super proud of him.
Brother teammates here, Alex, how did Matt approach it and ask you to be his teammate for this week?
Everyone was pestering me.
Yeah, it was basically what it was.
His coach, my mum and dad.
Yeah, he was kind of forced into it a little bit, but yeah, I can't remember what I was doing. I received a text, and it was like, "What are you doing on these dates?" And half of me kind of knew what it was after all the pestering. I thought we'd finally got through to him, and yeah, I got the text through, and it was like, "What are you doing on these dates?" And I was like, "Nothing," because I knew what dates they were. And he was like, "Do you want to play?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. I'll check my busy schedule and make sure I can make it." But yeah, I agreed, and now we're here.
For those maybe aren't as familiar with you guys, how would you guys explain your relationship as brothers?
I would say we're pretty close. I think we're polar opposites, I would say. I'm organized, he's unorganized.
Classic.
He's happy, I'm miserable. Yeah, that's probably a good way to put it, really.
Anything to add, Alex?
No, he's spot on there, really. I can't add much more.
Now talking more about your guys' game, where are you guys looking to pull on each other's strengths for the week?
Do you want me to take that?
Well, if this happened 4 years ago, I would say the length would have been more on my side, but he seems to have gained a little bit, so I can't use that anymore. Yeah, hopefully I kind of piggyback off him this week, and yeah, we kind of ham and egg it, and hopefully a good result at the end of the week.
Ham and egg it. Wow, you turned very American in your 4 years at college. No, I think the good thing about both our games, Alex is a very good iron player, and he's got a great short game, and I feel like my strengths are driving and putting. So, certainly alternate shot, that works quite nicely. And then obviously 4-ball is, Alex is I think he's very good at making a lot of birdies. So, if I can kind of just steady the ship, I'll just kind of let him loose at trying to make some birdies, really. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm really excited to get the week going.
Perfect. With that, if you guys have questions, raise your hand, and we'll get a microphone over to you. We're going to go in the very front here with Paul.
Alex, another opportunity to play on the PGA Tour. How are you approaching just the week and kind of your mindset getting another opportunity up here?
Yeah, I'm very thankful for the opportunity to come and play here. Just trying to make it just like another week, really, with the same preparation, and trying not to change much. Although the format's obviously a little different, and obviously playing with him is a little different. Still, just trying to play my own game, and yeah, just do as well as I can, but also enjoy it at the same time.
Matt, at the Masters, you spoke about kind of the injury issues that you've been dealing with, a couple of missed cuts, but then you T10 at the Masters, win there. Did you recover quicker than you thought? How did that kind of timeline go to, after a couple of weeks there, get another win after struggling for a bit?
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the year, like I say, underappreciated how much it affected me in a lot of areas. But me and my coach Mike, we felt like we had a really good weekend before the Masters, like a really, really good weekend, really productive in things that we did, things that we practiced, and things that we talk about. As stupid as it sounds, I felt like I've almost finally understood my fault that tends to stop me from hitting the shots that I want, and I think that was a big breakthrough, and I felt like we found found something to basically help that training aid, which coincidentally is the stack as well. So not just a speed training device, it's also helping me, with my swing now. So that played a really, really big impact in where my swing is going, and my trainer gave me the all clear to do that, to get back on the stack, and so a combination of those things, I think, kind of just moved me along quicker, and really sort of put me in a good position. Felt comfortable, and obviously went out there last week and felt in much higher confidence than I had been.
Are you feeling pain-free when you swing, like all good at this point now with it?
Yeah. I've probably been pain-free, to be honest, since Bay Hill. But once I'm pain-free, it's at that point, I'm, like I said last week, I'm kind of like at the bottom, and I'm wanting to I need to build myself back up again to where I was before being injured. So that we knew that was going to take some time. I probably was pretty impatient with that and wanted it to be back faster. So now I feel like I'm slowly getting there, if not already there.
Off topic a bit, but Luke Donald, Eduardo Molinari here, a couple Ryder Cup captains. You work obviously closely with Eduardo. What was your reaction when he got a spot on the team, and what do you think he can bring to the Ryder Cup?
Eduardo?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like Ed can bring a hell of a lot. I think he's one of the smartest people that I've ever met. To be honest, he's he's got an engineering degree, and he's a professional golfer. That's pretty unheard of. So he's really, really fascinating to talk to. I love having conversations with him about all sorts to do with golf and stats, and I think that's the big thing that he's going to bring. I think he's so forward thinking, and having played the game at such a high level as himself, I think that's a real positive to bring to the team.
Matt, pretty unique timing on the schedule to come off a win and then get to tee it up with your brother this week. Given everything at stake, if you guys have that dream week that comes together, do you feel any added pressure knowing that it could be life-changing for Alex?
No, I wouldn't say so. I don't necessarily feel like there's any additional pressure because of it. I think for me, I want him to enjoy it. I think it's a great experience for him. It's a great experience for us, for our parents, and I already, knew I was going to have 2 great weeks at Augusta and Harbour Town, 2 of my favorite weeks of the year. And then obviously this is an addition, just makes it even better. So I'm just excited to get going. I know the golf that he can play is high level, and I think if I can keep my form going and we can gel well, you never know what might happen.
Alex, for you two, was it kind of a sibling rivalry growing up on the golf course? Have you teamed up much? Like, can you think of occasions where the Fitzpatrick brothers went out and dominated as a duo, or is this going to be a different week where you're partnering up?
No, I don't think, growing up, I don't think we really ever played against each other, or kind of with each other, really. The age gap is 4 years, and that kind of was a little too much for the tournaments that we both played in. But yeah, it's going to be a fun week. It's obviously the first time playing with him in anything really in the partnership world. So yeah, just going out and have as much fun as I can. And like he said, it's a great experience no matter what happens. So yeah, just going to go out and enjoy it and see what happens.
We did play in a knockout once back at our home club, and he was a lot younger than me, and I was younger as well, and I had to chip it to about 4 tees further down so he could carry this big ravine. So that was alternate shot.
Alex, I wanted to ask you, I've heard Matt be asked several times about his episode in the Netflix series. I wanted to ask about the family's reception. What's it like having a big star in the household now?
But as in him being the big star, we try and keep him grounded. My dad thinks he's the big star of the household normally, so him and his iPad are the two stars of the house. So no, we we keep him as grounded as we can, and we're all super proud of what he's done and what he's achieved, and it's just how it is. We just keep him grounded.
We have Jeff Duncan in the back.
Yeah, Matt, I'm just curious what attracted you to this event coming off those 2 big weeks you said leading up to this?
Just to play with my brother, I think winning the US Open, obviously you get a few extra perks. People kind of want to help you out and want you to come play the tournament, and obviously this was an opportunity to play with my brother, and you don't know how many of those you're going to get, and for me it was I don't, obviously I'm going to have to admit it now in front of everyone, but it was a no-brainer for me. It was always one that I was kind of looking to try and play.
And can you speak to, I think for the general fan, sometimes they wonder about fatigue and on the PGA Tour. Can you speak to that as a player? It's more than just walking 18, right? I mean, the travel, all the things that add up to what you put into deciding on what events you play.
Yeah, totally. It's it's all about like the flow of the schedule. I won't really play 4 in a row anymore because of that. The travel, depending on where they are. The media commitments, sponsor commitments. There's all these things that you take into consideration when you're picking your schedule, and I think for me, each year I feel like I'm getting better at it, and I've been out here for like 9 years now, so it's difficult, and you make some bad decisions and you make some good decisions. It's just how it goes. I don't think anyone's kind of perfected, picking the schedule, because golf courses change, your game changes, life changes, so it's not quite as easy as it seems.
And lastly, how much family, friends, what's your entourage going to be like this week?
Just mom and dad, I think.
Small, I think.
Yeah, literally just mom and dad.
Perfect. We're going to finish up with last 2. We'll go Charlotte and then back up here in the front.
Has been to New Orleans before, and what are you looking forward to as far as food?
I've never been to New Orleans, and I'll be honest, that is terrible. I don't really know much about the food here, so over to you, Alex.
No, neither have I. Matt only spent 3 months in college, so I probably got a bit more information about New Orleans than he did. But I heard obviously the seafood is amazing, and I think at some point we're going to try and get out and experience some of that. But yeah, this is the first time for both of us, so we're both excited.
And we'll close that final question here in the front.
This year marks 10 years since Alex caddied for you in the amateur. Now you guys are teammates here. Can you reflect on the last 10 years and kind of reflect on being teammates now and just your journey and where you guys are now versus then?
It's crazy really to think that it's 10 years this year. Obviously a lot has changed in that time, and obviously my golf has improved considerably since then, and but I think in terms of Alex, I have to give him a ton of credit. It's obviously this is first for me, but normally the younger brother or brother of a player, it's not always easy for them to have success or play well or make it or be up there, whereas Alex has came out last year and finished top 25 in pretty majority of these European Tour starts, got a Challenge Tour card. He's played well already this season in the Challenge Tour event that he's played, and I'm just I'm like really proud of where his game's at and how much he's improved, and I do believe that he's got a lot of talent, and You know, hopefully soon he'll start showing that.
Yep.
Perfect.
All good.
That's all the questions we have. Alex, Matt, thanks for taking the time to join us, and good luck this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.